Kevin, thanks very much. C.J. McCollum.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. And it's Powell in at the 3. Now here's Jackson. Leonard on the wing. The 3. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. And Doris, tonight, 2 experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game, so let's see how this plays out.
And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame, and it's in there.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
Outside Jackson. High post, Zubac. To the inside, Morris. Nurkic with the block. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's his first foul. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Lillard looking around. Fires the 3. They get it back. Takes it out to Covington. There's the 3. And no good. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Lillard's gone 1 of 3 on the night. Jackson against Powell. Jackson passes to George. Shot clock at 6. Chalk up 2 there.
This is one of Paul George's go-to shots. His confidence and ability to rise and fire quickly from the mid-range, crucial.
And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
Here's Morris after the basket by Jusuf Nurkic. The 3 ball. The shot by George, no good. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. 3-pointer, Lillard. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
Now, here is Morris. And here's Leonard from 3. Here's Zubac outside. George. Leonard inside. Powell's there. Can't hit from 12. Portland's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. Kicks it out to Lillard. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Shoots the 3. And it's Lillard again missing.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
Here's Jackson. Back to Zubac. Outside Leonard. The tray. Los Angeles with another miss.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now here's Lillard over Jackson. Portland no good that time either.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
McCollum against George. Back to Zubac. He kicks it to George. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. George has got 5 now.
I'll tell you, his ability to stretch the floor is crucial to this team. Pretty play.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Now, here's Lillard. Again, the miss by Lillard.
Well, it isn't for a lack of effort when it comes to getting up to three-pointers, but not much to show for it. He's going to lose the green light here very early in this game if this keeps up.
Covington against Morris. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound in this one. And a wide open look for McCollum. Knocks down the 3-ball.
Great dish from Nurkic there. He really has a sixth sense for those reads.
Jackson with the bounce pass. Nobody near George. And Leonard stays with it. Leonard's got his 2nd basket of the game.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? Covington, and some nice defense there to end the quarter. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Clippers ahead, leading by 3. Before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He had this to say when asked.
I know that when the main guy.
I think he's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
They've got Enes Kanter, Anthony out there with Jones. Then there's McCollum, and it's Simons in at the 1 spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. The shot's good from Kennard.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
McCollum kicks to Kanter. Outside, Jones. Kanter inside. He's guarded by Cousins. Anthony's shot is off. Los Angeles leading by 3.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Rondo dishes to Batum. Kennard the pass to Beverly. Back to Kennard. 3-pointer. And Kanter pulls it down. Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
Simons surveying the D. Dishes to McCollum. Puts one up from 19. And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by McCollum. Anthony's got the lead up to 1 now for the Trailblazers. Outside Rondo. The dish to Cousins. Pass to Batum. Over Kanter. That one a little long. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for Portland. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. McCollum kicks to Kanter. McCollum dishes to Jones. Beyond the arc. And it's Simons missing.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Fades back. The shot by Batum, no good. The drive by Anthony, and it's Anthony with the jam.
Oh, got to his launch pad, and Melo made sure that went down.
Outside Rondo. They could use a bucket, and he gets the jumper to drop. Rondo's got his first points of the game. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching. And I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s. But I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does.
Boy, that is absolutely gorgeous by DeMarcus Cousins. Run the offense through your big man, and he will find the open man.
Here's Simons. He's covered by Rondo. Passes it to Carmelo. And Portland again with the bucket.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
There's 39 seconds left in the first half. Rondo passes to Kennard. Kicks to Cousins. Outside, Batum. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Derek Jones. Norman Powell's checked in for McCollum, and Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. The Clippers also making some changes. Man's checked in, and it's Jackson in for Rajon Rondo.
Yeah, after a first quarter where they struggled from long range, they've really started to get it closer to the basket.
Kennard on the wing over Anthony, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. Thanks for the great interview, David, and we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They never put themselves in too much danger. And that should...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You have to like what we're seeing from Carmelo Anthony.
Has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the two-guard spot.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes a major headache for the D if he gets hot from beyond.
Outside for George. No good that time. Great D that time from Nurkic.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
George against McCollum. Out to the right wing. Lillard outside. 5 to shoot.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
Tries again. Releases. Los Angeles with another miss.
Well, an 0-for-3 start to the half. You need to pick it up and start to put some pressure on your opponent.
The pass to Nurkic. And then jammed down as he goes right over Ivica Zubac.
Yeah, quick thinking wins Dame assist. Finds the open man and the ball instantly there for the finish.
Leonard against Powell. And he comes up with the deuce.
Their first basket in 4 tries. Let's see if that basket gets them going. It can be contagious now. When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Three-pointer, Lillard. He can't get it to go. The Clippers go the other way with it. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Jones is checked in. Leonard on the wing. There's the triple. A second chance effort. Zubac kicks to Morris. Outside Leonard. From outside the arc. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got 7 rebounds in the game. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Cantor, he's checked in for Nurkic, and Carmelo Anthony is subbed in for Robert Covington.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Lillard outside. Cantor inside, defended by Beverly. Anthony can't hit.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Simons, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Batum's checked in. Greg is a broadcaster. Who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many of the guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day who was my favorite. You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Lillard, the pass to Jones. 1:24 left to play here in the third. The feed to Cantor. Lets it go. And it's Simons missing.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
And Cousins throws it down.
Well, how many big men can play with power and handle the basketball as well as DeMarcus Cousins? Wow.
Lillard against Beverly. Kicks it out to Jones. Here's Lillard. Here's Cantor. And he finishes nicely on the way. Cantor's got his second basket.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Right side, Batum. We got 33 seconds left to play in the third. It's deflected.
Encouraging to see Cantor trying harder on the defensive end. There's height. There's ability to block shots. Go to work, Ennis.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
Batum dishes to Beverly. From outside, off the mark. Here's Jones, and Jones slams it in.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. The third quarter comes to a close. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here. I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 down low. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Back to Kennard. Pass to Mann. Shoots over Lillard, and it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Mann. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. Outside Covington. It's McCollum on the wing. Back to Covington. And the dunk by Covington.
Well, you have to love an authoritative finish, and Mr. Covington leaves no doubt.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Kennard, the pass to Batum. Here's Mann. He dishes it to Rondo. Pass to Mann. And a miss there on the triple. Trailblazers leading by 7. Lillard outside. Inside, McCollum. Nice move. That one falls.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Rondo, bounce pass. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Covington against Batum. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Kennard for 3. And it's Portland with the rebound. Covington's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Lillard outside. To the paint. Covington finds Nurkic. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Clippers trail by 9. Here's Rondo. No good with the triple. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Three-pointer, Lillard. The offensive rebound. It's Powell on the wing. McCollum outside. A three-pointer off the mark.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the 3-ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against him.
Powell with the steal. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Here's Nurkic. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Los Angeles has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. And the jam by Nicholas Batum.
Well, Marcus Morris has tremendous size, and he is willing to find his teammates when they're open. That's nicely done.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. And the basket by Lillard.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Morris trying to free himself up, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a sixth sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
Lillard from deep three-point land. Rebound by the Clippers. Here's Mann. Rebound by Nurkic. Portland leading by 8. McCollum with the ball. Over Kennard. McCollum no good.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Batum passes to Morris. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You see, you can't be too physical with Marcus Morris. This guy is so strong, and he's so good at drawing the foul.
Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here.
You know, he doesn't shrink the lead as much as he should have. That hurts a bit.
Lillard outside. McCollum against George. Down low. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
It's the size of Cantor that makes him a tough matchup, right? He is so good at finding space inside and forcing the defense to foul him. Well, this trip to the line should seal the deal. Amazing job.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. George with the bounce pass. Here's Leonard. A clear look for George. Wide open, couldn't capitalize. And a deep three from Lillard. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And he's a good shooter from outside. But
all right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it for
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
A stunning view of the move.
Hey, Kevin, the Mavericks had far and away the league's most efficient offense.
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell, and it's Nurkic in at the center filling out the middle. And for Dallas, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Richardson, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. Now, here's Lillard. Poked loose, back to McCollum. Lillard, the pass to Powell. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Nurkic. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game. Tonight, Greg, 2 teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt.
Yeah.
And that goes for the players, coaches, and fans. This one might get heated.
I'm sure you felt that way many times when you play.
Almost every time I took the floor.
Good.
You literally want to dislike your opponent.
Here's Kleba. Out to Doncic. On the 3 off target.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Nobody near Lillard. Cans it from downtown.
You got to get out on Lillard. I mean, his long-distance shot, you know it's cash.
Doncic against Lillard. Bucket is good.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
Oh, yeah, that's one of his go-to spots. I mean, you have to pressure him in that mid-range area.
Here's Lillard after Luka Doncic's bucket. Lillard dishes to McCollum. There's the pass to Covington. And Portland again with the bucket.
You can't be too far off Covington. He's skilled at sizing up the defense and firing once he gets it.
It's McCollum on the wing. Passes it to Nurkic. Releases from 15. Mavericks with the rebound.
Oh, he did everything right there except hit the shot.
Doncic kicks to Finney-Smith. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
McCollum passes to Powell. To the inside. Portland moving the ball around. It's McCollum on the wing. Kleba against Covington. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Powell, he's checked in for Maxi Kleba. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And then for the Trailblazers, Cantor, he checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And Jones subbed in for C.J. McCollum. Portland leading by 5. Lillard outside. The feed now to Cantor. Kicks it out to Lillard. Cantor dishes to Carmelo. Pass to Lillard. From deep 3-point range. That shot off the mark. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Here's Hardaway. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Yeah, high IQ basketball from Richardson. Values the easy assist over a risky shot.
Anthony against Powell. It's Powell on the wing. Kicks it out to Jones. Pass to Lillard. right at the free throw line. Porzingis with the rebound.
This quarter has been hit or miss for him. Mostly miss.
Hardaway, no good.
He's as surprised as anyone with that miss. When he's left alone like that, you can usually count him.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. He looked good as a third scoring option for the team.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, G.A. He really does put pressure on him.
And guys, it's clear, though, he enjoys showing off his athleticism. The D can't give him these opportunities.
Lillard misses.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
A wide open look here for Porzingis. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Lillard against Doncic. Here is Lillard. "11 feet out and he hits it. Lillard's got 5 points so far.
Entering the NBA, I knew he needed to develop his mid-range game. He did it, and it's opened things up for him.
Yep, that one goes in there.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Doncic against Lillard. Launches it. Lillard again missing. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. It's the Trailblazers. They lead by 3. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break.
I don't fear nobody.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
You got to credit their defense. Communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Well, no question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Jalen Brunson out there with Trey Burke. Then there's Dwight Powell. Then there's J.J. Redick. And it's Cauley Stein in at the 5. And so here is Dallas after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Here's Simons. McCollum outside. The pass to Simons. Now Cantor. And Jones has it in the corner. Cantor kicks to McCollum. Launches a 3. Cauley Stein grabs the board. Mavericks trail by 5. Here's Powell. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
You got to love the decision-making from Willie Cauley Stein. I mean, aware he must keep improving as a passer.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Here's Anthony. He's off from 17 feet. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's his first foul. On the Mavericks with some changes. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dwight Powell. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Burke. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Cantor. And Robert Covington subbed in for Jones. Outside for Redick. And that one, good.
A nightmare to guard in the pick and roll. Redick, just don't give him any space, and he's going to knock it down.
And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Anthony, the pass to McCollum. Looking for Anthony and gets it there. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Anthony's got his second bucket of the game to go. Mavericks trail by 3. Brunson scanning the floor. Covington with the steal. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
It's his first trip to the line. First one falls for him. I know you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts at maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to affecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA. Here's Brunson after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Nurkic with the steal. And now Covington running the floor all by himself. It's McCollum on the wing. Brunson covering. McCollum no good. Mavericks trail by 7. We've got 1:48 left to play in the first half. And Cauley Stein has it in the corner. Here's Marjanovic. Plays it up and banks it in.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
McCollum outside. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Norman Powell checked in for the Trailblazers. Lillard comes in for Anfernee Simons. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Brunson against Lillard, and stolen by Lillard. Jacks up a 3, hits the three-point bomb. Lillard's got the lead up to 8 now for Portland.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Lillard against Brunson. Pass to Finney-Smith. Pass to Marjanovic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Doubled by McCollum. Marjanovic kicks to Finney-Smith. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Porzingis, he's checked in for Cauley Stein. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Marjanovic. Josh Richardson's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Jones is checked in. Now, here's Covington. Jones in the post. Richardson cover. Covington kicks to Powell. Doncic with the steal. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Pass to Porzingis. Back to Hardaway. The pass to Porzingis. A three-pointer, no good. And so it's Portland.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, it's been a grind-it-out.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. At its highest, their lead topped out at... And that'll...
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
This game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
Here's who Jerry Stotts is starting the second half with. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the small forward. Now, here's Doncic. Just 3 to shoot. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Doncic has got 8 points.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Lillard scanning the floor. Doncic with the steal. Fires the three. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Lillard against Doncic. Lillard outside. Five on the clock. From deep. Kept alive. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. And the Trailblazers lead by 5.
Oh, well, a big reason Nurkic impacts games is for that ability right there, staying active on the glass at both ends, converting the second chances.
Now here's Porzingis. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis. Dwight Powell's checked in for Dallas. Burke comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Now here's McCollum. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. He kicks to Cantor. Here's Simon. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. He has 6.
Oh, this is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Cantor. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him. Anthony's getting more floor time last season. He worked his way into the Blazers' rotation. He's still young, though. It seems like he can carve a rollout on this team.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Now here's McCollum, and the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
Nice and steady so far in the second half. They're 3 for 4.
And Simon's a bit undersized at that 2-guard position, only 6'3", but a natural.
Here's Lillard. And Nurkic gets it to go.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Doncic feeling it out. Count that bucket.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
Lillard against Doncic. Lillard outside. From deep. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Porzingis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
He's done a lot of the little things to help put them in front. I mean, but his offense has not been there for him tonight.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
This is why they go to him in these spots. I mean, they trust his judgment and ability to score down the stretch.
Now here's Little. Back to Lillard. Nice move. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. It's on Luka Doncic.
Lillard is such a crafty finisher. Even when he takes a pounding, he sticks with it.
A different look now for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Harry Giles. Anthony comes in for Derek Jones. And McCollum subbed in for Little. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They trail by 6. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the 4th. Lillard against Kleber. No good with the layup. Portland leading by 6. Anthony in the corner. And that one hits back iron. Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Here's Porzingis. Yes! And the foul. It's on Damian Lillard.
Showing why he's an elite talent. Porzingis making difficult physical finishes look effortless.
The Trailblazers shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. Anthony, the pass to McCollum. Lets the 3 fly. Offensive rebound. Nurkic.
Oh, the sheer size Nurkic possesses is sometimes overwhelming, which is how he gets these fouls.
The first one falls. That one misses.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
Some nice passing here by Dallas. Richardson finds Kleber. Shot clock at 5. Great D that time from Nurkic. Lillard with it. The pass to Nurkic. The Mavericks pull it in. Kleber's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Porzingis way outside. Dallas no good that time either.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
I'm trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. We see a lot of this now.
Now, here's Lillard. Pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Lets it go with a 3. He doesn't hit that one. Mavericks trail by 4. Kleber kicks to Richardson. A slam dunk by Richardson.
Wow, sensing the importance. Remember, Richardson was a 2nd-round pick. He had to fight for his spot.
Doncic with the steal, and Doncic with a clear path to the hoop. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. Have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
Passes it to McCollum. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Now it's a 6-point Portland lead.
He's an experienced player in clutch situations. I mean, McCollum loves being the guy that takes these important shots.
Doncic passes to Cleveland. From deep three-point range, it falls. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over, and that's his personality. He comes up with the goods on that one.
Lillard dishes to McCollum. Covington kicks to Lillard. Pass to McCollum. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
You got to be aware of McCollum. I mean, he's a competitor. And look, he looks for revenge in these situations.
And here's Doncic from the arc. No good. So the Trailblazers win it. This was David. Thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. just a bit.
Compensating for the absence of a key player can be difficult, but they've got to hold strong.
Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot. And for Los Angeles, Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the 4. Doncic passes to Kleba. And the dunk by Doncic.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
George against Richardson. And Maxi Kleba is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. And Brent, these teams boasting great depth. Many feel That's a hallmark of a great front office.
You go back and you look, Kevin, at some of the teams that have made deep playoff runs or eventually won the championships. You know, that tinkering about bringing in a veteran or just one piece to make that next step for that one matchup or that one series, finding contributions like that up and down the roster, absolutely, that can make a difference.
And Porzingis gets it to go on the assist by Richardson.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
George looking around. Puts up a three. It's rebounded by Doncic.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the three-point lane.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
And it's Leonard missing.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Doncic against Jackson. And Doncic throws it down.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Jackson gets the bucket.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Stolen by Jackson. George finds Zubats. Outside for George. Zubats, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Kicks it out to Richardson. The shot will not fall. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Outside, George. 1:52 left to play here in the first. Here's Zubats. And here's Leonard from three. And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Kleba. And Los Angeles with some changes. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubats. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. The Mavericks also with a sub. Hardaway is checked in.
Well, Paul George starting to feel real comfortable right now at the three-point line.
Doncic against Rondo. Now, here's Doncic. T right on him. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles.
Oh, yes, sir. It looks like an orange in his hand, and Kawhi tenacious to the rim with that finish.
Rondo against Doncic. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on DeMarcus Cousins. The Mavericks shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. So, for the Clippers, Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Marcus Morris. Luke Kennard comes in for Leonard. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Paul George. And Dallas also making a switch. Marjanovic is checked in. Rondo dishes to Cousins. Back to Rondo. Pass to Batum. Clock is at 3. Back to Rondo. That 3 off the mark. Mavericks trailed by 5. Doncic kicks to Porzingis. Pass to Marjanovic. Looking to end the run. And Marjanovic with the slam.
Yeah, I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so. And there's the pass to Kennard. We've got 13 seconds left in the first quarter. That shot missing. A 3 from Porzingis. That shot misses. Here's Cousins. And that one released in time, but no good. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a... It's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Keep plays alive with your activity. That's what it's about.
Patrick Beverly out there with Luke Kennard. Then there's Batum. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Mann in at the 3 spot. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Batum with the steal. Cousins against Cauley Stein. And stolen by Cauley Stein. Dallas moving the ball around. And the dunk by Powell.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in, but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show of it there.
Brunson against Beverly. Here's Batum. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Just 5 to shoot. Now here's Beverly. And he's good on the 3-ball.
And becoming more of a staple of his attack offensively. You give Beverly a look from deep, and he'll make it.
Brunson with it. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Back to Beverly. Batum against Powell. A shot by Batum, no good. The Mavericks trailing. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. Paul George, he's checked in for Luke Kennard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And Dallas with a change here too. Marjanovic checked in for Powell. Marjanovic down low. He's covered by Leonard. And that one's good. Marjanovic.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And here's Jackson. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Leonard finds George. Outside for Jackson. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
You'd love to make them pay for giving up that wide open jumper, just unable to do so.
And Cauley Stein throws it down. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the 1 pick or the 2nd pick. I think that's good for the player.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Batum passes to Beverly. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
There's something about Beverly. He seems to be one of the point guards who enjoys the physical contact out there, always looking for something.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. 2 shots. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Now Burke. And the rejection by Zubac.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Outside Batum. And that one is good from Zubac. And the Clippers lead by 4.
just a much smaller defender on him. He does the exact thing at the right moment, goes straight to the rim.
Now here's Burke, defended by Beverly. Passes it to Kleba. Now here's Burke. He's covered closely. Porzingis kicks to Burke, and they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. The Mavericks also with a sub. Luka Doncic, he's checked in for Maxi Kleba. I'm glad we got to see the mobile one block once more. What a play.
Guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
Leonard looking over the floor. He feeds it to Cousins, and Cousins throws it down.
Well, you see the improvement in terms of high-level playmaking, a great understanding of all the offensive scheme that Kawhi Leonard possesses.
Shot and game clock separated by 5, and the rejection by Cousins.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Dwight Powell's checked in for Porzingis. Marjanovic comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Hardaway's checked in for Luka Doncic. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Josh Richardson. Outside, George. Here's the lob to the hoop. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jets. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The period came to a close with... And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Mavericks trail by 4. Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by Doncic, and it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, Paul George will take those opportunities anytime he can get them. A nice dunk there.
Jackson against Doncic. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
The Mavericks have split their free throws right down the middle so far. They're 2 for 2.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
Jackson against Doncic. Up top, Leonard. And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for Dallas. They trail by 3. Here's the break by himself. And the dunk by Zubac.
And the claw at work. Just one reason why he's always a threat to lead the league in steals. Jump starts the fast break there.
Here's Doncic. 7 points in the game. Over Jackson. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubac has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Jackson down low. Guarded by Doncic. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Back to Jackson. He kicks it to Leonard. No good on the 3.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Richardson, no luck.
The third quarter has not started well. Just 1 of 4.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Yeah, you don't see many of these opportunities for this team, but Kawhi, one guy who can get up there and get it done.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. The quick look, no good that time.
One player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
Outside Jackson. It's George on the wing. 5 to shoot. Over Richardson. Kleba with the rebound.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Clippers leading by 7. Morris looking over the floor. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney-Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year. More efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls. And I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney-Smith is a guy you can win with.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, when you see Porzingis attack the glass, you want to stand up in your seat. There's been these opportunities where we've seen him flying in for some highlight dunks.
George passes to Leonard. Back to George. Pass to Jackson. Kicks it to Morris. Over Cauley Stein. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Doncic outside. Knocks it down from 7 feet.
And guys, the intelligence is evident. When the pick comes, Doncic often makes the right read.
George up top. Richardson covering. Here's Cousins, and Cousins throws it down.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Doncic against Jackson. Lets it go from 11, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Now, here is George. He's got 11. Out to Morris. On deep. That one, no good. And it's Dallas the other way. Here's Richardson. And he makes good on the way up. Now, just a 3-point Clipper lead.
Not slowing Richardson down right now. Even when you rough him up, he's still finding ways to use his quickness and score the basketball.
George with the ball. And the layup's good off the glass. George has got 13.
So good, so experienced. Paul George can convert the toughest of buckets.
And it's Doncic missing. And we've reached the end of the third. Clippers lead by 5. And when we And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Now the passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Batuma's out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Luke Kennard. That's Rajon Rondo. And it's Mann in at the small forward. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That's his first foul. And the Clippers making a change here. Leonard's checked in. Marjanovic checked in for Dallas. Right side, Redick. Pass to Marjanovic. 5 on the clock. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Leonard. Shoots over Burke. to Leonard. Here's Kennard. Makes it off the glass. Kennard's got his first bucket in this one.
Now there's some easy offense there. Keep finding looks in that area, and their shooting percentages tonight are going to be off the charts.
Rondo against Brunson. And the pass to Marjanovic. And the rejection by Zubac. Stolen by Zubac. Kennard with the ball. Now guarded by Redick. Leonard plays it up and banks it in. And it's a 9-point Clipper lead.
The strength and that body that Kawhi has, he finishes through contact as well as anyone in the league.
Here's Burke. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Rondo passes to Kennard.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits. The first free throw is good. Andrew Beverly is checked in for Los Angeles. And Dallas also making a switch. Richardson's checked in. Clippers leading by 7. And here's Beverly. Outside Rondo. Passes it to Leonard. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Mavericks trail by 7. Pass to Marjanovic. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Here's Rondo. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Pass to Beverly. Takes it from 10. Gets a hand on it. Cousins on the follow. Cousins has got the lead up to 9 now for the Clippers.
Brute strength right there as he gets to the inside and scores.
Back to Marjanovic. Dallas moving the ball around. And it's blocked. Now Cousins. A minute 50 left to play here in the fourth. And there's the pass to Batum. Out to the wing. Outside Rondo. It's rebounded by Dallas. Here's Hardaway. And that one is good.
Tim Hardaway Jr. is just a tremendous athlete. He spots a great route to the rim and doesn't settle.
Rondo looking over the floor. Pass to Mann. Back to Rondo. Takes a 3. Offensive rebound. And Batum kicks to Rondo. Beverly against Richardson. Here's Cousins, and Cousins throws it down.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverly trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
Here's Brunson. Great D that time from Batum. And it's Rondo with the ball for the Clippers. Pass to Beverly. Jacks up a 3. Los Angeles keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. Again, Rondo missing. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
George is checked in for Rajon Rondo. Doncic is checked in for the Mavericks.
Growing up in the Bay Area, I worked out a lot and spent a lot of time with Tim Hardaway Sr. Remember the killer crossover. And Tim Hardaway Jr. continues to show why he belongs in the league after a lot of hard work on his own.
George against Doncic. George up top. Outside, Batum. Back to George. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Second shot opportunity, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. And the Clippers lead by 9.
Now, Cousins just sensing there was going to be an opening and then found his man.
And here's Doncic from the arc. Tries again. Marjanovic, no good. Here's George. And so Los Angeles takes the win. So thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining.
welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Coming right up, the Clippers taking on the... Get ready, everyone, for Tuesday afternoon NBA. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Start.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Powell, and it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Clippers, they've got Ivica Zubac. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Morris in at the four-man position. Nurkic can't hit. On offense, here are the Clippers. The three from Leonard. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
George with the ball. Now defended by McCullough. And George gets it to go.
Well, Paul George routinely making these difficult shots look easy. He's showing how dominant he truly is.
Now here's Covington. Back to Lillard. Stolen by Zubac. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. And it's Leonard missing.
Boy, just 1 for 4. A little brisky right now.
Lillard, the pass to Covington. Back to Lillard. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. It's Powell on the wing. And Lillard kicks to McCullough. Portland, no good that time either.
Boy, that's 0 for 3 in the early going. Just a little out of sync.
Jackson against McCullough. A 3-ball. Leonard. And Leonard stays with it.
Well, an all-star willing to do all kinds of dirty work on the offensive end. Kawhi mixing it up.
Here's Lillard. And the rejection by Zubac.
Well, conversions have been a problem. 0 for 4.
And it's Leonard missing.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And Nurkic gets it to go.
They needed that. Just 1 for 5 to start this ball game.
George against McCullough. Outside, George. Portland grabs the miss.
And this is exactly what you have to do to stop him. That was a tremendous contest, forcing the miss.
Los Angeles has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. And George with the stuff.
Well, you love the tenacity. Paul George cannot be contained when he gets near the 10.
Trailblazers trail by 4. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
That one good for 2. Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
And George kicks to Zubac. Jackson from long range. He can't get that one to fall. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. And that one goes out of bounds. As touched by Lillard. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. DeMarcus Cousins. He's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Kennard, he's checked in for George. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Cantor, he's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And Jones subbed in for Norman Powell. Here's Lillard. It's blocked.
Wow, Patrick Beverley, barely 6 feet. Send it back, young Patrick.
And the Clippers making a change here. Rondo's checked in. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Simons is checked in.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loved the alley-oop. Beverley, the pass to Rondo. Feeds it to Cousins. Passes to Batum. Clock at 6. Now here's Rondo. The 9-footer's on the mark.
If he's one thing, he's efficient in the paint. Rondo really good with the positioning there close to the basket.
Shoots from 12. The Trailblazers shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
And Cantor drops them both.
Well, Enes Kanter continues to prove his worth, guys. An outstanding player on the offensive end.
It's all tied here in Los Angeles. And we'll return shortly. When Damian Lillard's in the flow, there is no stopping him.
I think in the past, anytime
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn, if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
I love their effort, contesting shots, trying to intimidate here early on.
Well, as a shooter, when the ball is sent back in your direction enough times, it can certainly have an impact on your mind.
Here are the five Portland has to start the second quarter. Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony. Then there's McCollum. Then it's Jones. And it's Simons in at the one spot. Rondo with a clean look. No good from outside. Portland leading. A three from McCollum. They grab their own miss. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Rondo passes to Batum. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing. And his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there. Kind of a glue guy.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Mann's checked in. Now here's McCollum. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Trailblazers shooting their third free throw attempt of the game. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
You know, that's an interesting point about Carmelo, one of the most prolific free throw shooters in the history of the game. Spends a lot of time at the stripe.
Norman Powell's checked in for McCollum. Cantor's shot is off.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Now here's Cousins. Not a lot of room. Shot's good by Kennard.
Well, you love it. DeMarcus Cousins drawing the defensive attention and still has the court awareness to make the play.
Simons surveying the D. He feeds it to Kanter. And foul. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Clock at 4. Morris finds George. Knocked loose. Stolen by Kanter. And now Portland on the break. Here's Lillard and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Boy, Carmelo Anthony is capable, when he wants to, of spotting that open man. Pretty pass.
And here's George. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Here's Morris. Anthony against George. Over Anthony. The shot by George, no good. Trailblazers leading by 4. Out to Anthony. Uncovered. Nope, not that time. Nothing for two from the field. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. And George, here we go. And he banks in the layup. George has got 6 points.
Boy, not only can Paul George get off the dribble drive, but you see the strength to absorb the contact and finish. Nice.
Now, here's Lillard. There's the pass to Anthony. Canner, high post. Back to Anthony. 14 feet away. Second chance shot. Cantor's shot is off. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Leonard, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Rondo comes in for Jackson. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Now, here's Zubac. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And now Portland on the break. Powell dishes to Nurkic. Lillard against Rondo. And that one's good. Lillard's got 4 points in the quarter.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Now here's Rondo. Morris right side. George looking around. Los Angeles with another miss. Here's Anthony. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Anthony's got the lead up to 6 now for Portland. That shot off. And so it's Portland with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. What a defensive effort they've...
Carmelo, you got some real numbers off the bench in the first half. How important is that contribution to the team?
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. The period wrapped up with the teams on level. And that should...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You look at Enes Kanter. What a contribution.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
I have to love his tenacity. This guy stays in attack mode, makes defenders work, tries to keep them off balance.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Morris. Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3. Clippers trail by 8. Outside Jackson. Pass to Morris. Outside for Jackson. Outside, George. Floats one. That's tipped. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. For the Clippers, DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Kennard in for Paul George. Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile one block we just saw on replay.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
To the middle, here's McCollum. And that comes off the assist by Jones. And now it's a 10-point Trailblazer lead.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Kennard, the pass to Batum. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound in this one.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
In the corner, Kennard with it. No good there. Good D by McCollum.
Boy, that makes him 0 for 3 to start the second half. Not the start you were hoping for here.
Outside, Jones. Back to McCollum. There's the feed to Nurkic. And that one drops. Nurkic has got his second basket of the game.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
And I think it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Jackson.
Their first basket in 4 tries. Let's see if that basket gets them going. It can be contagious now.
To the wing right side. Back to McCollum. "16 feet away. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
Nobody near Leonard. And it's off from three-point range. Trailblazers leading by 12. Here's Giles. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Well, the defense has been lackluster out of the locker room, and that is why they are finding themselves in a tough spot.
Jackson passes to Leonard. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
McCollum against Kennard. McCollum outside. Inside. It's tipped. Batum with the steal. Leonard, that's for 2. Another miss by Leonard.
I'll tell you, you hate to pin this on one person, but his inefficiencies at the offensive end are holding this group back.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
Well, you love that he wants to wear out the defense. What a catalyst for his team. Incredible.
Here's Kennard. Moves back up. He kicks it to Cousins. Deflects the pass. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. George is checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Jackson. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Anthony's checked in for Norman Powell. There's 38 seconds left to play in the third. Outside, George. And the shot is good. George has got 8 points.
Well, I like to see Paul George be assertive down low. This guy doesn't lack for confidence, and he is an accomplished scorer regardless of where he is on the floor.
Lillard outside. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Lillard. Pass to Canner. And Lillard gets it to go. He has 6.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
And so it's Portland. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the floor for Portland, we've got Anthony. Enes Kanter is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Powell in at the shooting guard. Here's Zubac. And the wide open shot from Morris misses off the right iron.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Cantor kicks to Powell. The tray. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Beverly for three. And it's rebounded by Covington. Trailblazers leading by 12. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Here's Lillard. Left side Covington. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. And that'll be his third foul so far. Lillard fires away from way outside, from beyond the arc, and then some. Lillard's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Portland. Outside Rondo. And Covington sends it back.
So disruptive at the defensive end. Look in the box score, and Covington will be the source of blocks and steals consistently.
Lillard fires away from way outside. Cantor, the pass to Lillard. From deep three-point range, 6 to shoot. Cantor inside, defended by Beverly. Lillard outside. Powell kicks to Lillard. Fires for three. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
Awesome form on the triple. Lillard with textbook technique.
Rondo, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And he knocks down the first one. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Clippers. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Portland.
And there's no denying that Rondo is a wizard with the ball. Exceptional at exploiting holes in the defense.
Passes it to McCollum. Lillard, right side. From 18 feet away. Good for his 6th make in a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
You know, I thought in the first half this guy was pressing. He was rushing. Now he's settled into the game.
Here's Beverly, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Robert Covington picks one up.
Patrick Beverly is the kind of competitor every team wants. Gets himself a trip to the free throw line.
Paul George, he's checked in for Rajon Rondo. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. High post, Nurkic working on Zubac. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. It's a 16-point game. Batum wide open. He fires. Drops in the tray.
What pretty vision right there by Patrick Beverly. Wow.
Portland's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Lillard dishes to Powell. Near the 3-point line, it's McCollum. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And Los Angeles with some changes. Leonard, he's checked in for Batum. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Portland also making some changes. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Derek Jones in for Powell. Jackson against Lillard. Jackson misses.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Jackson against Lillard. Outside, Jones. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Trailblazers.
You know, their big advantage was points in the paint.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside. And that was working all game long.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Damian Lillard.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
Anthony's shot is off. Clippers trail by 12. And George now top of the key. 3-pointer. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And it's McCollum in the corner. Off target from 3-point range.
Oh, that was a great effort defensively. Get a hand up in the face of the shooter. It's so important.
It's tipped. Outside for George. Lets it go from deep. Doesn't go for him. And it's Portland the other way. McCollum finds Lillard. This one for 3. Nurkic with it. Kicks it out to McCollum. Portland moving the ball around. Lillard looking around. Another shot. And the rejection by Zubats. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Into the lineup for the Trailblazers. CJ.
5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Kennard on the wing. From past the arc. That's good.
Yeah, you got to respect the awareness level.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interesting. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting.
Well, guys,
He's certainly come a long way, DA. Thanks. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
Short a rotation player, nothing they can't overcome, but it does shrink your margin for error just a bit.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. And it's Powell in at the 3, the small forward. Porzingis against Covington. No good from Finney-Smith. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Lillard with the ball. Kicks it out to Covington. Lillard outside. Offline with his 3.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And where Finney-Smith really made strides last season, his consistency from range.
And you know, Greg, it was really his defense, the work ethic he brings, the effort level. I mean, that's always been there. I watched this kid play in college, and that's always been part of his package. But as an NBA wing, you've got to be able to knock down shots and help space the floor if you want to find your way into the lineup. And to Finney-Smith's credit, he's done that and has become a valuable part of the rotation.
The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Misses that one. He's made 1 and missed 2 this game so far. Cullen passes to Lillard from outside the arc. Not going to go that time. So the Mavericks will take it the other way.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
Here's Finney-Smith. He's guarded by Nurkic. A 3 from Porzingis. And it's Portland with the rebound.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Well, I love watching Lillard turn on the Jets using that astounding speed to blaze past the defenders.
Now, here's Doncic. And the shot goes in.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
Lillard against Doncic. Lillard dishes to Covington. Back to Lillard. Kicks it out to McCollum. He wants to get it to Nurkic and does. Basket good.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
Doncic looking it over. There's the 3. Drills the 3-pointer. Doncic has got 5. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table. But in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Travis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well.
Lillard with it. He's picked up by Doncic. Portland again missing.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
The putback. Great positioning on the putback. 52 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Lillard against Doncic. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Porzingis.
Well, it isn't for a lack of effort when it comes to getting up to 3-pointers, but not much to show for it. He's going to lose the green light here very early in this game if this keeps up.
The 3 for Doncic. Porzingis on the foul.
And not hard to see why they're on the bad end of this run, just not doing the job on that defensive backcourt.
Lillard looking around. Now the pass to Nurkic. To stop the run. Lillard again missing. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. We've got more in store for you right after this. Greg, we know many guys in the NBA have range, but Damian Lillard's range, wow, he discussed it.
I'm training in the summer.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the energy, the effort defensively. They put it all out there in that opening quarter.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, they've got J.J. Redick. Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Dwight Powell. Then there's Hardaway, and it's Brunson in at the point guard. Hardaway for three. Dallas again missing. Trailblazers trail by 6. Here's Simon, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Redick. Burke, he's checked in for Dallas. We have got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. They trail by 6. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Nice touch there from McCollum. Looking comfortable and confident from that range.
On the wing, Hardaway. Now here's Burke. He's guarded by McCollum. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. This is his first free throw of the game.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
And we saw it last year, guys, because those numbers were so low. Teams weren't afraid to put him on the line where points were hard to come by for him.
And a wide open look for McCollum. His three-pointers off the mark.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Brunson kicks to Burke. Shoots the 3. No good on the shot. And it's Portland the other way. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. No good. He has missed 3 of his 5 attempts this game. Fast break, Dallas. Here's Powell, shooting foul. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Outside Anthony. Kicks to McCollum. There's the triple. It's McCollum on the wing. Cantor, the pass to McCollum. And it's all evened up. McCollum's got 9 points.
Potent with and without the ball. McCollum is a tremendous spot-up shooter.
Pass to Coley Stein. .114 left to play here in the half. It's stolen by Jones. Cantor with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. McCollum, no good.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
They get it back. And staying with the play, Anthony. Anthony's got the lead up to 2 now for Portland.
And now they're turning this game into a drag race, sprinting out for easy fast break baskets.
And they get it. And there's the bucket as Brunson finishes it off. The Trailblazers have gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got 4 rebounds in this game. And Anthony with the basket on the assist by Cannon. Anthony's got 4 this quarter.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Up top, Doncic. Covered by Lillard. And that one's good. Doncic.
Doncic showing you his ability to finish. I really respect his aggressiveness in taking it to the hoop and handling contact.
And a deep 3 from Lillard. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. C.J. McCollum, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Portland. He keyed their comeback effort. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to...
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed some struggles for Portland in the first quarter. They wasted no time putting themselves in it. And that should...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. Fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious.
The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half. Doncic outside.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Portland trailing here. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Now Lillard. He's got 5. Here's the 3. Nurkic dishes to McCollum. 3-pointer, Lillard. Nurkic, the pass to Covington. Back to Nurkic. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. Passes it to Porzingis. Doncic outside. And the 3 off target. Trailblazers have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker with the break. Pass to Lillard. Back to Powell. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Lillard finds Powell. Launches a three, and it's Damian Lillard with the three. Lillard's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Trailblazers. The Mavericks trailing. Here's Doncic. He's got 11. Kleber, the pass to Doncic. Back to Kleber. From deep. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
The pass to Lillard. From deep three-point range. It's rebounded by Dallas.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-ups.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly. I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And, boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff. You know, early on, Doncic has proven to be a leader. I mean, this guy is somebody that can shoulder the offense and take and make big shots for his team.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And Jones subbed in for C.J. McCollum. Cantor kicks to Powell. Misses the three. Mavericks trail by 3. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Here's Hardaway. Porzingis trying to get free, and Hardaway gets it to go.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
To the inside. Unloads from 13. Anthony's shot is off.
Boy, that's got to be terribly frustrating there. I mean, with the defense not hustling and he still misses, boy, he wishes he had that one back.
Anthony against Doncic. Banked in off the glass. Doncic has got 15 points.
Well, I love watching Doncic go to work there. Assertiveness is the key, and that's part of why he's so successful.
Lillard, right side. Offline with his three. And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. It's a one-point game. Hardaway, no good. Fast break points aside, they've had a tough time offensively.
Yeah, trust is what they're missing, guys. You've got to keep moving the ball and shoot with confidence. Ultimately, things will happen well when you play together.
Takes the three. Burke can't get it to go. Lillard from outside, and the last shot before the buzzer is off. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Mavericks ahead. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Here's Lillard. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. On the floor for Dallas, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Jalen Brunson out there with J.J. Redick, and it's Hardaway in at the 3. And for the Mavericks, they're shooting only 32% from the field. Plenty of signs of struggle by this offense today. Now here's Brunson. Takes the 12-footer and hits. And the Mavericks lead by 1.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
Yeah, you know what? I agree. I mean, they're showing a bunch of fortitude here, keeping this game tight.
Lillard, the pass to Simons. Back to Lillard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. The 3. Kleber with the rebound. Kleba's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Cantor kicks to Lillard. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Buries the long-range jumper. Lillard's got 5 points now in the quarter. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Blazers.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Lillard against Brunson. Over to the left wing. Simons the pass to Cantor. Lillard outside. Launches it. Rebounded by Hardaway.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And he gets the bucket.
You know, Redick has a solid in-between game, and I like seeing him work that shot into his game from time to time.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Here is Lillard. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but and here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Lillard outside. To the paint. Jones kicks to Cantor. He dishes it to Carmelo. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That's his first foul. So Portland ends up going with the new group. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Porzingis. Marjanovic comes in for Maxi Kleber. Burke, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Doncic passes to Hardaway. Dallas moving it around. And he gets it to go. Now it's a 6-point Maverick lead.
But, you know, guys, we know Hardaway can score, but when he makes these passes, it makes him a lot more dangerous.
McCollum dishes to Covington. Back to McCollum. Out to the right wing. Gets the first. That brings them within 5. He's perfect from the line this time.
The lead's not looking as comfortable after those free throws. Nice job.
There's 57 seconds left in the fourth. Doncic outside. That shot off. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Powell, the pass to Nurkic. It counts! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
McCollum against Doncic. Over McCollum. Doncic, no good. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
McCollum with the ball. Covington passes to Giles. A three from McCollum. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight. The Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge and the state flag of Texas looking majestic tonight. We're coming to you live from Dallas, Texas. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Compensating for the absence of a key player can be difficult, but they've got to hold strong.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. They've got Ivica Zubac. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George, and it's Jackson in at the point guard position. And for the Mavericks, Doncic out there with Richardson. And there's Porzingis. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. 2 on the clock. From deep, Richardson sinks the three-pointer. Richardson's got the first points up on the board here for the Mavs. Here's Los Angeles now. It's a 3-point game. Jackson dishes to Leonard. Pass to Zubac. Shot from 12. The shot, no good. And it's Dallas the other way. Richardson gets a wide open look. Rebounded by Jackson. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. It's stolen by Marjanovic. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. A putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
George looking over the floor. Passes it to Morris. George against Richardson. Just 5 to shoot. George passes to Zubats.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Marjanovic kicks to Doncic. Tries again. Dallas moving the ball around. No good on the 3.
Great perimeter D. Gave a good shooter absolutely no room to operate.
Morris, no good.
0 for 3 now in the early going. Just a little bit out of sync.
That's tipped. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Hits the 3-point bomb.
An average shooter from deep. It's important that Doncic continues to work on this part of his game.
And here we go. Richardson heading to the hoop. And it's Richardson slamming it down.
He's been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
And it's helped them build an early lead. They just need to stay aggressive.
And here's Doncic from the arc. No good. The Clippers go the other way with it.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period. Well, what did Coach tell us? He wanted each guy to contest shots and rebound tonight. That's exactly what we just saw.
Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. You played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think two guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the two guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
3 young, dynamic centers. Those are good names. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Down low, and there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for the Mavericks. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Marcus Morris. Jackson down low. Guarded by Doncic. Left side, George. Back to Leonard on the wing. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Jackson against Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. George against Richardson. George passes to Zubats. And George, here we go. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Porzingis.
Strong take by Paul. He plays with great decisiveness.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Mike Powell comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. J.J. Redick's checked in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubats. Brunson, good.
Yeah, that was the third straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Here's Jackson, and the layup is good.
That is a powerful point guard right there. Reggie converting against very tight defense.
Cauley-Stein in the post. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen here, guys, from the Mavericks.
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
And you can't cause those mistakes unless you're willing to gamble. So far, they've rolled the dice, and it's paid off.
J.J. Redick is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Cauley Stein. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Powell in at the 4 spot. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. Powell kicks to Brunson. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Beautiful call that time up the floor. The hard screen frees him up for the bunny.
Redick against Beverly. Here's Batum. Back to Beverly. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Batum passes to Kennard. Floats it up for Cousins. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Hardaway against Rondo. Pass to Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
Oh, you got to feel for a guy getting dunked on like that. I mean, he's got no shot to stop that unless maybe he can pick up another foot somewhere.
The drive by Rondo to the middle and stolen by Cauley Stein. Hardaway passes to Powell for 3, and Hardaway Jr. is good for 3.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they've stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
Rondo wide open. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. To the left side wing. Batum against Hardaway. Powell. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. Powell's got 4 this quarter.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
The pass to Beverly. To the inside. That's in, and the Dallas lead has got down to 11 on the bucket from Batum.
When Beverly first entered the league, he struggled to read the action in pick and roll. Now it's a different story.
Here's Brunson. Score it. His 3rd straight basket in 3 tries.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here. And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverly is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
Now, Cauley Stein. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Hardaway with a wide-open look. Another 3 for Dallas.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Good shooting can be contagious. You see the confidence running through this team right now.
A shot by Batum, no good. And here are the Mavericks now. A 14-2 run over the last bit. Hardaway passes to Cauley Stein. Hardaway kicks to Redick. Hardaway against Kennard. And Hardaway gets it to go. Hardaway has got 8 points.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's Rondo, and the rejection by Cauley Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively. Well, now that they've settled into this game, you can see the offense is firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, the reason why they made the adjustments they needed to make. They are executing. Explosive leaping ability allows him to play the 5, even though he's a little undersized.
Brunson the pass to Cauley Stein. Back to Brunson. To the wing on the left. 3-pointer. Good, and the assist goes to Hardaway. Hardaway has got 3 assists now in this one.
This offense just continues to impress.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. Rondo kicks to Cousins. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. 6 points for DeMarcus Cousins.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Redick finds Brunson from deep. Offensive rebound to the paint. Here's Hardaway. Redick for three. The shot comes out. And so it's Dallas taking a 19-point lead.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, well, right out of the gates, it was Dallas setting the tone. Looking absolutely unstoppable off the tip, they put together a masterful 12-0 run. That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. One guy who's been getting it done is Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. We've got Marcus Morris. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the small forward position. The drive by Doncic. And the layup's good off the glass. Doncic has got 9.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
And here's George for 3. It's rebounded by Doncic.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Back to Porzingis. Dallas moving it around. Here's Finney-Smith. He's covered by Leonard. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Hard to keep up with Reggie when he gets out in space. And on top of that, an excellent finisher.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ. Jackson, great anticipation on the steal, then quickly gets them out in transition.
Richardson outside. Doncic outside. Outside, Porzingis. Shot clock at 5. Here's Marjanovic. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Clippers trail by 15. Here's George. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. And it's 8 points for George.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Doncic against Jackson. Outside, Porzingis fires the 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Porzingis has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. The NBA continues to build international academies to develop prospects from other countries. Already, academy graduates are playing Division I college basketball. And before long, NBA players should start emerging from that pipeline. The league continues to reach out to find overlooked youngsters who have a gift and give them the opportunity. Guys?
Outstanding, David. Thank you. Here's Richardson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
This is what you want. Put the defender in a position where he has to foul you to stop you. Richardson can be a tricky cover.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Hardaway's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Burke in for Luka Doncic. And then for Los Angeles, Mann's checked in. And it's Kennard in for George. Beverly the pass to Mann. Now here's Beverly. Defense is right there. Zubac no good.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
To the left wing. Beverly, the pass to Zubac. Here's Beverly. And stolen by Richardson. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Marjanovic kicks to Burke. On the wing, Hardaway. 8 points for him. From the arc. Morris with the rebound. Clippers trail by 18. And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That is his first foul of the game. J.J. Redick's checked in for Dallas. Jalen Brunson comes in for Josh Richardson. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Clippers. Rondo comes in for Patrick Beverly. And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile one block.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
Mavericks leading by 18. There's 42 seconds left to play in the third. Brunson against Rondo. Brunson the pass to Hardaway. Dallas no good that time either. Clippers trail by 18. Trying to end the drought. Pass to man. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Porzingis. And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. .11 seconds left to play here in the third. Here's Rondo. The layup off target. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. We'll return shortly. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
This is what you need your floor general to do. Take charge, lead by example, unselfish play.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. We've got Tim Hardaway Jr., Jalen Brunson out there with Burke, and there's Porzingis, and it's Finney-Smith in a power forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Porzingis against Batum. For the three. Porzingis can't hit.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Zubac kicks to Batum. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Kennard. Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There is no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation or one of the best. And I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys, they're truly great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
Takes it out to Leonard. And here's George for three. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists in the game. Mavericks leading by 15. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Here's Doncic. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
And Matador defense That's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
Leonard attacking, and they pick up 2.
Pushing the action, always working for the best shot. Nice drive by Kawhi.
Doncic with it. He kicks to Hardaway. Back to Doncic. Just 5 on the clock. From downtown. That shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's George. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Doncic looking it over. And Doncic throws it down.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
It just shows you the versatility. This guy can do a lot of different things for you. Woo-wee!
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. Doncic against Jackson. Doncic kicks to Porzingis on the wing Hardaway. Off target from three-point range.
Trying to shoot himself out of his slump, and it's not going well.
And it's George finishing it off.
And looking a lot better now, but still a long way to go to get back into this one.
Very nice stretch from them, but the reason why they're not into this game, they have to get some stops.
Now here's Burke, defended by George. Porzingis. On to Hardaway. From deep. A new 14 for the Mavericks. And Doncic is right there.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Mavericks.
2 times this season, turnovers have cost them, but they really kept the ball under control.
They were both focused and relentless.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Luka Doncic.
What was impressive to me, it felt like he made an impact in so many areas. Some of the effort won't show up in the stat sheet, but I noticed it. Great timing. That can be the difference between an assist and a turnover.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Burke. Tips it. Porzingis on the foul. And the Mavericks lead by 13.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
They're going to win by a nice margin. The effort was there all night.
Nobody near George. Can't connect. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it.